How you doing?
I'm good.
So watching that tape, what were some of the other things that you saw from the tape as opposed to just coming away from the game?
I guess we just got to execute in the red zone. Obviously, we put drives together. We moved down the field pretty efficiently, and we just got to turn them into 7 points.
Were there things that weren't working that you saw that maybe you adjusted to looking down the field, because they tended to defend against deeper balls?
Yeah, Oregon did a great job. And that's how their defense worked. They were dropping 8. We saw them drop 9 once. So they were trying to defend against the pass big time. And, when you drop 8, you got to be able to sit back there and find windows basically to throw in. And everything was working, though. Like I said, our drives, we put together some solid drives throughout the game. We just got to come up with points at the end.
What happened in the red zone?
Basically, we just didn't get the points.
Why weren't you able to finish some of those drives?
I guess, just Oregon's good defense. In the red zone, they stopped us a couple times, like when they tipped the ball to Fuller, and then just coming up short sometimes.
When you see a play like that, that thing was tipped by about a half an inch.
Yeah, and it's like a walk-in touchdown, if not. But things like that basically sort of shot us. And when you get somebody that wide open, like a walk-in, and then it gets tipped down, so it hurts.
If you'd gotten that touchdown, do you think it would have changed the momentum of the game a little bit?
I guess it's hard to get into like what ifs, but I would imagine so. I guess it'd be closer at the start, and then maybe stuff would have went better from there.
You guys lost 2 games in a row last year, and Oregon was that second loss. What was the key to making that turnaround after that loss, and how can you learn from that going into this one?
I think it's just learning the same thing as last year, understanding that going forth. We still got to play our game in our brand of football. It's not playing against anybody. It's playing against our own standards in UCLA football. And that's really what it comes down to.
It's been a while since you guys have won in Berkeley, like a weird amount of time.
Yeah.
What do you remember from that last game?
2 years ago?
Yeah.
It wasn't a pretty one. But at the same time, we learned a lot, and I think that was going all the way back to my freshman year. So, we didn't come out victorious that game, but, this year, hopefully we can change that around.
Do you look back on that and think that was one of your worst games that you've had while you've been here?
It was probably one of them. But like I said, 2 years ago, back to the freshman year, there was a lot of mistakes made in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the offense is neglecting tempo a little recently? Do you think you're playing at the tempo that you want to play?
Yeah. I think Saturday we moved the ball pretty well. I think we were snapping it still with anywhere between 15 and 25 on the clock. So we were still moving. Some plays, obviously, when you're in certain situations, you have to kill tempo a little bit to make sure everything else is the way it should be. But at the same time, we were still moving pretty fast.
What was the difference in the offense when it came down to that fourth quarter? You guys scored 20 points.
Yeah.
Then was there a notable shift that you could see?
No, we just got things rolling basically, and to be able to, it shows how explosive an offense we have. We just got to put it together for 60 minutes.
Mm-hmm. You guys have started most of your games pretty slow offensively. Is there something you can identify that's been the reason for that?
No. We just got to come out ready to go basically, and finishing strong is something I feel like we're good at. But at the same time, we have to be able to put that together at the beginning of the game as well.
But after the Utah game, you said we missed an opportunity. We did. How do you kind of view this game in hindsight?
Still another opportunity miss. Nothing's perfect, like I said. And at the same time, every game, you end up on the short side is a missed opportunity.
Road teams are 14-4 in Pac-12 games so far. You've been on the wrong end of 2 of them at the Rose Bowl. Any thoughts on the lack of home field advantage in the league this year?
No. I personally don't really care about all that stuff. Statistics are statistics, but at the end of the day, you're in between the white lines when you're there, so that's what we got to get to.
Do you think this team responds more to underdog mentality rather than a front runner?
I guess both ways. Like I said, we got to come out and play football, and that's really what it boils down to. No matter if it's underdog, no matter if it's front runner, we got to play our game.
How much a difference has Paul made, especially when he has a big game like that?
Paul Perkins, is a one-of-a-kind back. And I think to take the reins after Jonathan Franklin leaving and stuff like that, he's done a tremendous job. And I think he's in the top 10 rushing right now, and he's done a tremendous job. Chandler High product, so I'm giving all the props I can.
You look at the stat sheets. Does it now look right that there's a running back at the top of the rushing.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Yeah, pretty sweet. Yeah.
It looked a little abnormal last year. Is that?
Yeah, but Paul is doing a great job for us. And I mean, when you rush for 200 yards like that, doing it consistently, and I know you guys watch the game, but I mean the things he's able to do in the open field is pretty spectacular.
What's different about him this year than it was maybe last year?
I think it's just comfort with the offense and experience. I think when you get more comfortable with things, you're able to feel like you can do a little more and have more confidence in what you can and can't do. And he's come such a far way from last year to this year. I mean, it's crazy. But that's kudos to the coach and helping him. But Paul has really turned this that running back position around.
It seems like you guys use the read option a little more effectively this time around. Is that something you feel like you guys are comfortable enough doing that you'll use it more often going forward?
If it's in the game plan, versus Oregon, we liked it, and obviously if it's something versus Cal, we got to look into. We're gonna check it out and get the game plan ready to roll. But each week it differs. So if we like it, we'll run it. If it doesn't look right versus a certain scheme, then we'll have to find something else.
Did you expect that you'd be running that many times? That was your career high for carries.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, if I got to do it, I got to do it. But if I got to take off running like that, I'm gonna. And I think we ran for 120 some yards, and it was fun. But at the same time, we just have to make things work.
What's it been like for you as kind of like a big brother to Paul Perkins to see him grow into the back that he's becoming?
It's special to be able to grow up with Paul Perkins and to sort of mentor Eldridge and all these other players. Just to see him and Paul, like you just asked, it's special to see them grow into the men that they're becoming. And you can see Paul Perkins is going to be a special back for us here at UCLA.
Did you see that, early on when he was younger, when you guys were
young? Yeah, I knew it from, I've grown up, we were in track as little kids, from cheetahs to now. And so we've been together our whole life, and to see him grow up into who he is now it's special, but it's, crazy to see, we're still playing football together. Back in high school and even to college, I'm still sitting there talking to him in the backfield, and we're still running the same plays or zone read.
It seemed like the linemen had pretty significantly wider splits in this past game. How much did that help you, especially when it came to running the ball?
Yeah, I think it helped a lot. Surely with running lanes, being able to take off, and obviously it helped Paul and stuff like that, being able to run. And the linemen did a great job this game, and I think they came out and showed, they're ready to battle.
Was that more of a team-specific thing, or is that something that you saw help out the linemen just in general in their protection?
I think it helped them out a little. Obviously, talking to them will probably be better to get their feel for it. But obviously, if it helps them, they're going to do it.
How'd you feel Connor McDermott did at left tackle?
He did good. I love Connor to death. He's a special player, and unfortunately, he had that shoulder injury. But at the same time, him just busting his butt and coming back and doing everything he can to get on that field and seizing his opportunity in his moment, he did a great job if you look at the film.
But Jordan Payton said, now we have to kind of like win every game, do everything right. Does it kind of feel like the team's backs against the wall? Is that mentality this year?
You can think of it like that, but to me, I always, I tend not to create excess pressure on individuals or the team, and when we look at it, we would like to win out, and that's what we need to do. But at the same time, you can't focus on what you need to do in the whole scheme of things. You got to focus on this game, and then the next week you got to focus on that game specifically.
Cool. Thanks, Brett.
Thanks, Brett.